Hey guys, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program with Nitro, and today I'm going to be doing my first actual mission out to Eeloo, where I'm going to land on the planet. I've taken craft out to Eeloo before when I took my Infinity Station out there, but now I'm actually going to do a landing, and according to my research, it has about the same gravity as the moon, so I built just a standard kind of lander here on the front end of my ship, and I have a whole bunch of fuel in this, so we should have enough fuel to get there, no problem, and get back. I also have my standard sort of style transfer stage here in the middle. And what I did is I just launched this whole thing up into orbit without staging any of the asparagus staging here, and then I have a docking port on the front of the ship right there, and I just refueled the whole thing, and it's ready to go. And I got Captain Kirk over here from after I landed the asteroid on Kerbin. So now that that's all taken care of, I can finally do my first mission to Eeloo, where I'm gonna land. And we got to eject out of orbit going this way, like that. But I just want to see what my turning capability is here. Not much. And I do not have a lot of monopropellant. That tank's locked. That tank's locked. So I really don't want to have to use it unless I really have to, because I will need to dock this thing back up again, and I need monopropellant for maneuvering for later, or as use as emergency fuel. So I can't use it for maneuvering. And that looks about good, so let's fire the engines and see what we get. Yeah, we're basically pretty much good right there, so that wasn't too bad. Only had to use up one whole tank and a little bit from the next stage, and that got us to Kerbin escape velocity. So that's excellent. And it really doesn't take all that much to get to Eeloo when I was taking my space station out there. And Eeloo's right there, so somewhere around here is what I'm thinking. But we'll see once we actually escape Kerbin. There we go. Nothing even close. Yeah, looks like our inclination is going to be really off, so it's not even going to give us a intercept node unless I don't even burn inclination and just go right for an intercept out here. but it doesn't look like we're gonna get anything. That's okay. So I'll just do this the old-fashioned way. Alright. So that's only 900 meters per second, so that's about another tank, and that should be fine. And that's ascending, so that means we gotta orient our ship. And that burn shouldn't be too bad. Alright. So let's see, node in 33 days. Alright, it's close enough, and let's just go ahead and do this burn. It should be good enough. Yep. Alright. Now we can actually start. Whoa. Accidentally selected an asteroid there. Wonderful. Okay. I almost wonder if I need to do a full orbit before, yeah, before we do get an intercept, because we are moving so much faster than Eeloo out here. So let's see, target position there. Oop, that's just about right on the money. Let's see if I can get one. Eeloo's pretty hard to get an exact intercept with because it's so darn small of all the planets. So you really have to have like an exact pinpoint accuracy here. Otherwise, you just won't even get anything. When I was trying to go there the last time. So now that I have that little node, it's going to be very careful. There we go. Just start counting down those numbers until we get nice and close. Oh, it's going to get away from me. About 27. 27 million. It's not good. Too much. So it looks like 32 million meters is about close as I can get it there, unfortunately. But we'll have to refine that later as I get closer. So let's see, 125 days. Let's go around. Alright, so after I'm done doing this little mission out here to Eeloo, I think what I'm going to plan next is start building my base and station over here at Jewel. I found a nice spot on Lithe that I wanted to start setting up a base, kind of like what I did for my Duna Command Center on Duna. And it's inside of a like a volcano-looking area, kind of up towards the North Pole region of Lithe. So I look forward to setting up shop up there, getting some airplanes going, some drop ships, putting a station in orbit around Lithe, so I have a nice section for refueling and doing things like that. Hope they come out with a new update for Kerbal soon. Haven't played it as much recently, because once you've been to all the planets in an update, it kind of takes so long for them to release a new update. There's just other games that are coming out. so I don't have much time to play this anymore. I wish I did. Alright, so this is going to take a good deal of our fuel to actually reach that 2,700 meters per second here. And I think I'm actually turning the wrong way. You go the other way. I think. So I'm gonna say this will probably use up all of this leftover fuel that I have in all these engines. Yeah. Yep, there we go. There's our nice little maneuver node. So as we get closer to Eeloo, I'm gonna have to plot a couple more maneuvers and see if I can get our intercept as close as possible, because I don't want to have to do it while I'm coming in towards it. And then we're going to need a lot of fuel to stop or achieve orbit, I think. So here we go. Alright, so 5 meters per second. That's all I need now. And hopefully that'll correct everything. So actually gonna bring the RCS system online here and try to do this little maneuver with just RCS power since it's so low. It'd be kind of hard to get that done with these things. But we did pretty good on fuel overall. All this fuel that we have on here would be more than enough to get us back, and the fuel that we have left in here should be good for engine braking for once we get to Eeloo. So I'm feeling pretty good about our fuel status of the ship so far. There's that maneuver node. So we should be doing pretty good. Alright, so that looks like it's right on that dot. 5 meters per second. Alright. So I'm actually gonna close out of that maneuver node and then just do it here. See what we get. You can see it ticking down there. Kind of. There we go. We got something. Wrong way. God, this thing is so touchy. Alright, that's good enough. I'll just leave it there and time warp. And we'll just have to deal with this Eeloo intercept when we get there. Eeloo's such a pain to set up a maneuver node with. With Joule, you'll never get this problem. But with Eeloo, it's intercepting such a tiny little moon that has like gravity equal to the moon around Kerbal. So that's a problem. The last time I came over to Eeloo, I believe I came in on a polar orbit trajectory, so I had to not only stop, I also had to do like a 90-degree inclination change once I got there. So that was a nightmare. Ate up a lot of fuel too. So let's see. Didn't use up a whole lot of RCS fuel, so that's fine. It will take us a little while to actually get there. So in the Deep Space One, we have Jim Kerman, Kurt Kerman, and Ensign Kerman. Our brave explorers have journeyed out to Eeloo. That is 200 days until we actually get there. Alright, so we're finally getting close to Eeloo. Let's see what kind of intercept I get here. It's going to be pretty far off, but should be able to get a little closer. There it is. So there's Eeloo, right there. Tiny little speck. And we gotta get closer to it. So, let's see. And maneuver, where'd that speck go? There it is. Alright, 29 million, 87. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, so which way do we gotta orbit now? We gotta orbit the other way, don't we? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Alright. So, where'd that speck go? There it is. So, 4, 2, 1, 0. So let's put it right about there, looks good. And we'll shoot for that. And we got a burn right now. So hopefully we will intercept the speck wherever the heck it is here. Probably can't even see it yet. And hopefully I'll be able to land on the darn thing. Alright, there we go. Finally have close enough periapsis at Eeloo. And we got plenty of fuel, so that's great. Okay, so let's go ahead and speed up so we can get there. There's the speck. try and get something of a equatorial orbit out of this. And while I do that, I need to pick a landing zone. Actually, inside of this little crater looks like a nice spot. I bet it's flat. So I'll probably aim for that. What the heck is going on here? I command you to turn. Might as well use RCS for this. Oh, what the? Okay. I don't understand what's the deal. I don't know why the camera changed like that. Okay. So let's see. This little divot here is our landing zone. That's where I want to land, and we should get in orbit somewhat close to it. I hope I'm burning the right direction. This thing is actually going the way it's supposed to go. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. It's not slowing down fast enough. Getting there. Come on. I bet it's like the moon where I have to be going like 400 meters per second in order to orbit this close to it. And there we go. There's our orbit. Oh, ran out of fuel. Alright, perfect. So used up the last of the large fuel tanks to achieve orbit, and now let's fire up the nukes. So I'll go ahead and burn a little bit here. Okay. I'll deal with that later. So let's go ahead and get somewhat decent orbit. And by decent, I mean close to the ground. So about 50,000 meters or so should do, maybe. Treat it kind of like Duna, only with no atmosphere, I guess. Let's burn max. Oh, went way too far. That's fine. 30,000. Bring that back up to 50. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and circularize this thing a little bit here. Whoops. Not my best orbital job. Oh wait, where'd my LZ go? Wasn't looking at it. Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. This thing really does rotate that fast. Huh. Didn't expect that. So yeah, I guess Eeloo really does have, I think it's the fastest rotational speed out of all of the planets and moons. Not entirely sure, but we'll see how that affects my landing capability here. Once I circularize this thing a little bit, I can start planning for that landing maneuver. I want to try to do it while it's over here on the other side of the planet, so it's daybreak on that crater. Let's see what it gives me here. So that should be good. So now we got a nice orbit and didn't hardly use up any fuel, I don't think. Yeah, we're still got like 100% fuel. Okay, so let's see, we'll have brave Captain Kirk, who is our hero from landing the asteroid, be the first to set foot on the surface of Eeloo. So let's see, there's the door. Oops. Get in there. Alright. Captain Kirk is aboard, ready for landing. And we don't really have to break away just yet. So let's see, detach, pop, pop, go. Alright. Let's see if we can actually get inside this little itty bitty crater. It's over here on the dark side of the planet now. I think we just passed it. No, that's it right there, a little speck. Alright, so we're gonna have to orbit again. Maybe 3 times total, and then we should come up pretty close to it. I think Eeloo might be one of those planets that'd be interesting to drive around on a rover and see how that works out. So coming up on the next orbit, looks like it's rotated almost all the way. Actually, this might be it right here. Because that's my target. I hate landing in the dark, but I do have lights, so might plot it anyways. It just seems so off. I prefer to be a little closer. See what gets us here. Yeah, it's off by quite a ways, actually. I'd have to try and plot it about there, I think. I just think this would be using up way too much fuel, actually, if I tried to land accurately right there on this pass. So I'll see what it gives me for another pass all the way around. Oh, there it is. So if I do a correction burn right here, it's gonna rotate more. Let's see. $300 meters per second. That might be it right there. Just try this and see what we get. do. I'm gonna try and land in that little itty bitty crater if I can. That's our target. Might actually be a bit too far. Yeah, I think that's overshooting it a bit too much. Maybe right here is where I should stop. Here where I got my mouse. See what happens. It's in line with the planet. This is getting low. Where would I say? Somewhere around here. I like that. That looks good. Alright. Get rid of that. See if I can't grow this out a little bit. Get more of it back. So 49, 44, good enough. Alrighty. Should probably just use the fuel of the main ship instead of going into the fuel lander, because main ship doesn't use that much fuel. Alright, see what we get here. Actually, that looks pretty darn good. Might burn a little bit. Just a little bit. Make sure I got enough time when coming down, because it's going to move a lot as I'm coming down on top of the target. I just knew it. Overshoot that by the maximum amount I had plotted there. 45, 49, really good. Okay. I'm going to call this good and see what we can do. And go ahead, activate our CS system, and disengage. Alright, it's all up to the brave Captain Kirk to make it down to the planet. So, RCS engage, let's go. Turn away from the ship here, and pop the engine covers. Alright. So let's go ahead and plot a maneuver here. Something about like that. Oh yeah. It's gonna be pretty close. Actually gonna have to overshoot it by a bit. Make sure I'm not aimed towards my capital ship here. Where'd it go? I don't see it. Ah, screw it. It's fine. Alright. Alrighty, see what happens. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, it's so close, yet so far. Do quick. Do change now. Right there. Alright. Make sure I'm pointed in the right direction. Deactivate RCS system. Could be a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. Kind of too late now, isn't it? Oh boy, we're accelerating. Ooh. Oh my god, that was too close for comfort. Hallelujah for emergency thrusters. There we go. Ooh. Oh, that was a close one. Man, used way too much time warp. Whew. Alright. Let's see. Gotta do a little fuel check here. So it looks like we're good. Luckily, this whole thing is asparagus, but it's asparagus in a way that doesn't eject. So these things are all solid, it's all locked in place. So I can't do anything there. I kind of want to just do a little bunny hop with this thing and try to put it over there in the middle somewhere. See where we landed. Somehow it looks like the texture plane or whatever is slicing through the ground there. It looks kind of weird. I kind of want to go over to it though. Let's see, we're aimed that way. So. Yeah, this is what you call bunny hop. Just want to fly over here and see how it looks. Should probably like shut down these engines, right? I got enough fuel. This is gonna get me in trouble. I can see it already. Come on. Yeah. Oh, yep. Oh boy. Not the right way. That's not where I wanted to go at all. I want to go this way, damn it. That's what I'm going to do. Shut down. Shut down. There we go. Alrighty. Go this way. Nice touchdown. So it looks like those are right at the fuel limit where they're about ready to run out. So I'm just gonna transfer out the rest of those and shut down these useless engines. There we go. So that's a much better landing zone for our little bunny hop. So to get back up into orbit, I got plenty of fuel in these tanks, and then the rest in the central one here, and that will be fine. And RCS for docking. I might not actually have to dock this thing back up with the ship. I could probably just have Kirk fly over and hop back in the seat. Oh, what am I doing? This thing as a ladder. Captain Kirk doesn't need a ladder. All right. You can see him. Where's the sun? There it is. We are on Eeloo. Alright, so let's plant our flag. Oop. The spec. To Eeloo and beyond. Alright. Captain Kirk is the first Kerbal on Eeloo. You know what? This spot here would be a pretty good place for a base, actually. Because, I mean, the ground, granted, is not the best right here. But, like, right up on the hill here, on the back of it, on the other side, I mean, overall, it's pretty flat on this patch of dirt here. So, I mean, you could set up a pretty nice little base in this crater on Eeloo, albeit it'd be kind of hard to get things down onto the ground accurately in this crater because you lose rotational speed. So, but I don't think that went too bad for first mission to Eeloo and first landing. Well, first Kerbal to set foot on Eeloo in my game. Alright, now comes the hard part and the fun part of getting back up into orbit and docking with our ship because we are so far away from it. And it's like a diagonal line off that away, so I'll just do my best. Alright. So now back to Kerbin. Alright. And we got plenty of fuel in these tanks, so this lander worked out pretty good. I should be able to achieve orbit without too much difficulty on just these two little engines. There goes our flag down there. The spec. And it really is. I mean, it's a really tiny crater. The other place I was thinking about landing at would be this place right here. It's the larger crater, more or less along the equator. Really don't know any other good landing spots to land on Eeloo. The rest of the terrain looks pretty bumpy and pretty mountainous, so I wouldn't want to try landing on any of this, because this looks horrible to try and land on. Luckily, the ship is small, so if you have a nice small compact ship like this, and if you had legs on the outside instead of like mine where they were all over here on the inside, and you have a nice wide landing base, so it would be fairly simple and straightforward. It's a pretty cool planet. Moon, Pluto, Eeloo, and what's that moon? Europa. Such a pretty place. I kind of like Eeloo, but it's a real pain in the butt to get to, so I really don't want to go back here. If there was secrets and stuff like that to find on here, I'd probably go and do a search for those. There probably is something, I just haven't looked on the forums or anywhere to find out what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and get in orbit. Hopefully I got enough fuel. Do we have a freaking orbit yet? There we go. And about 40,000. Alright. So, terrible inclination. So that's got to be the first thing to get fixed. It's bad. This is so weird for me. I've never done an intercept and landing with this bad of an inclination before. It's always usually on equatorial orbits as preferred, but whatever. This worked. It's kind of challenging to land in that crater though. So it was well worth the effort. Alright, so there's our little maneuver node. And let's burn it. Man, this little lander really does get good gas mileage out of these engines and these small fuel tanks. Man. It's doing really good actually on all that fuel. About a little over halfway through that tank. That's alright. So, what do we got? Terrible intercepts. I have to fix that too. Right here. Alright, so there's our intercept. Now we can plot this. It's moving the other way. We should be catching up to it pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. .6, excellent. That'll bring us right up next to our ship. Oh crap, that was in like a minute, wasn't it? There we go. 0.4. I did better. Alright, so ring around the rosy, and And there's our ship. There we go. So as I still have fuel in here, I'm just going to go ahead and dock this lander to our ship, and then as I do my exit burn out of Eeloo, I think I'm just going to drop it and have it crash into Eeloo. So here we go. Shouldn't take too long to dock this thing, even though this isn't an ideal docking situation in terms of what I like to do. It shouldn't be too bad. There we go. Alright, so that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and straighten her out here. Actually, might be able to get it docked relatively easily. Don't look too bad. Looks pretty close, actually. I might be able to see. About like that. There we go. Did it on the first try, and it wasn't even ideal. Awesome. Alright. That was quick. Alright, that was all the RCS, so that's good. Let's see. I have to dump all of this into these tanks. Honestly, don't know how I'm gonna measure this. Where's the other one? It's this one. I guess the best thing I could do is refuel it. So, refuel both of these tanks. And then just put the odd amount from that center tank into this center tank. And that should balance out all my fuel. There we go. Now we just gotta get Captain Kirk back into his ship, and we can send him home. Now this ship, of course, will not be landing on Kerbal. It is merely a vessel to get us out to Eeloo. I'll board all these guys up in a separate ship to land them on Kerbal. So I can actually just detach this sucker and leave it floating here. I don't need it anymore. not gonna crash it into the surface. Alrighty. Hope I don't rip off any of those solar panels. And there we go. Alright. And I hope all this is staged properly. Yeah, it looks like it is. Alrighty. And with that, we are ready. Wow. To head back to Kerbal. So let's burn this way. The direction we're currently facing. And hope that I don't hit my ship. And just get out of Eeloo orbit first before I plot anything with an intercept with Kerbal. But it shouldn't be too hard since Kerbal will be orbiting the sun way faster than we will. We'll get an intercept really quickly. There we go. So it shouldn't have used up much. Oh, we're good. Alright. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Alright. So our target is Kerbal. Ah, here we go. Alright. So that'll be our maneuver for our inclination burn, and then we should be good to go to plot a maneuver to head back really shortly. Yeah, good enough. Alright. Now, let's see if we can get anywhere close to Kerbal. So by that time, not really. Let's see what we get here. Still doing half an orbit. For some reason. There we go. Yeah, whatever. 3 million meters, that's good enough, right? So we'll do that burn. 2,948 meters per second. I'm not willing to wait for it to orbit again, so we'll just call that good. So we might be off by 1 meter per second. Oop. Hey, there's 5. That's pretty good. So that looks like a really good intercept to me. And we just need a bunch of arrow braking and a lot of luck. I hope. Alright. So that's how long? 200 days. Alright guys, so I'm gonna pause it and then resume the recording once we have arrived at Kerbal and we're ready for arrow braking maneuvers. Alright guys, here we go. We are fast approaching our intercept with Kerbal. And it's gonna be coming in pretty hot here. Depending on what we get here for our little periapsis. You can see it 5 million. It might be a little hard actually to pull this off. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. 5 mil. Come on. Give me a little dot. There we go. Whatever. Well, let's do that for now, and then as we get closer, I'm gonna have to do another burn so we can get more inside of Kerbal's atmosphere here. So let's see, still got a lot of RCS fuel actually. Way too much. 37. That's good enough. Alright. We'll be coming in so fast. 10,000 meters per second. That's crazy fast. So let's go deep inside the atmosphere. 35,000? Is that enough? It's probably not enough. That might be enough. 30. Yeah. Let's go 30,000 meters. Actually, no, let's not go 30,000 meters. Let's go. Screw it. Where's the little line? Is it here? There it is. Let's go 34,000 meters into the atmosphere and see how much we get slowed down. And we're going to come in super fast. This was a real simulation. I'm pretty sure these guys would be vaporized by coming in this fast. It'd be nuts. Alright, here we go. Coming in hot. This thing will not be able to land either, so if it gets too bad, we're all gonna die. So hopefully that is not the case. Here we go. Coming in hot. Oh, that ain't even near enough. Yeah, that was not enough. Alright. So we need, like, shoot, 25,000 meters maybe? 25,000 meters? That might be enough, right? Space one. Get rid of that. And deep space one. Set up the maneuver node. That's cool. Let's clean up all this while I'm at it. Alright. So let's go 25,000 meters and see what that gets us into for our terms of trouble. Looks like we got a maneuver node. There it is. would that even do? 30. Alright, there it is, 25,000 meters. Coming in hot. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Alright, so about 25,000 meters. A little less would have been nice, but this will work. There we go. Got plenty of fuel still, so that's good. I just gotta actually achieve an orbit here so I don't crash into the planet. Before I do so, however, I'm going to go ahead and stage these now. I don't need RCS anymore. Alright, so we made it all the way back, got plenty of fuel here. I'm just gonna circularize and then probably land these guys back home safely. And then next couple episodes, I'm thinking about starting up that Lithe base, but I'm not sure. The only other thing I haven't landed on yet in Kerbin is Ike over at Duna. So that might be another destination, but it's just, a boring moon. So I'm kind of more interested in building some crazy things and starting up that base over at Lithe. So the spot, if I can zoom on over here, there it is right here up in this little volcano crater impact area, kind of up towards the north on Lithe. And I landed a ship here once, and it was a pretty cool little place. And I'm thinking about building a base in there. It's one of the larger little islands on Lithe, next to all this junk over here. The only other place I might want to build is on this one, but I think I'm going to start my main base up here on the top, and then once I assemble some airships and I got my own little fleet, then I'll start surveying the planet and whatnot with some circumnavigators. And I want to set up a ground refueling base over here also, so that way when I fly my planes on Lithe, I can just dock them on the ground, refuel them, they're ready to go again. So that's some of the goals that I have for that. So we'll see what I'm able to conjure up for those kinds of buildings, but it should be fun. So all the way back over here at Kerbin, I'll just let these guys orbit for a while until I'm ready to go to Lithe, because I'm probably just going to pick up these guys here, and they're going to be my base commanders over at Lithe. So I'll just leave them in orbit. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.